Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. This time it is a 45-inch ultra-wide curved 240Hz, a 0.3 millisecond response, FreeSync, G-Sync. It's OLED. It's the biggest monitor that I have had on the channel so far. So let's get into the video. Okay, and so this is some CSGO on the 45-inch gaming monitor from AOC. This has got 240Hz, 800R curve. Very, very curved. As you can see, it's big and it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm getting between high 300s, 400 FPS in CSGO 2. This is at, I believe, medium settings. Whoops. Die. There, thank you. And there's that done. Now, what I will tell you, this monitor does have FreeSync as well as G-Sync enabled on here. So that would be why the overall price is quite high at £900. It depends on where you get it, really. I've seen it at £800, I've seen it at £900, I've seen it at £1,200. It really does depend on where you get it from. But other than that, this is a absolutely, look at how buttery smooth that is. There's no input lag. The overall frame rate of this monitor is 0.3 milliseconds response, which is absolutely insane for something this big. And what I will tell you is I've been using this now for a week and this has been the best experience ever playing games and watching movies on a big, huge monitor like this. Now, yes, it's not for the faint of heart, it's expensive, but trust me, you get a lot for this monitor. FreeSync, you get 3440 by 1440p resolution, 240Hz, 0.3 millisecond response, and then of course it's got this annoying occurrence which always happens, monitor off, which will be, that is for, because it's OLED, it does need to go off every 16 hours to keep it from having burn-in, which is a very big problem with OLED screens. It does suffer with very bad burn-in, but so far using this I haven't experienced any burn-in, and this is HDR10, so it will look absolutely gorgeous in HDR content as well. So I'm going to do now, check on a different game. Okay then, so this is Manor Lords. This is a strategy game for PC. Now it is available on Game Pass as well as Steam, but this is a type of game where a big monitor helps, because This is a massive monitor. It's 45 inches with a 800 arc curve on it. So it means that content you use or even you watch on this monitor will look absolutely fantastic. This is just a game, it's an early access game, so there's going to be a couple of stutters, but that's just expected. But other than that, this is where a big monitor comes in. Look at the overall view you've got because of the overall size. Now the curve does help because your eyes aren't naturally flat, they are curved. It does actually help with your eyes. But what I will say is this looks absolutely fantastic. I honestly, there's no better gaming experience I've had. Now I've had 40 inches, I've had 34s, I've had some of the biggest, but this is the biggest monitor I've had, and to be honest with you, that my overall experience using this for the last week has been amazing. Yes, it's big, it's bulky, it's got a massive stand, it's got RGB on the back, internal power supply, all the ports you need, but it's the size. Look at it, it's huge. I love the overall screen. The OLED's a nice touch. That's where, unfortunately, like you saw during the CSGO gameplay, that's the problem with OLED. It does suffer with burn through, which unfortunately is one of them things that is going to keep happening with OLED because it has got a problem with burn through. But what I will tell you is, even though, just look at that. Look at the detail. Now yes, I've got this better, but look at the detail. It looks amazing. I love the fact that it's such a big monitor. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show up Adobe, put one of my videos on it and show you the overall size does help you with content creation as well. Okay, so this is Adobe. Now this is Adobe Premiere Pro. This is my editing software, which I pay monthly for. So this is where I do my videos. Now, what I'm going to say is that if you ever wanted let's just say if you ever wanted the best experience for content creation or even consuming content, watching videos, watching films, TV series, anything like that, then an ultra wide is the absolute way to go. Now, I've started appreciating ultra wides the more I'm getting them. It's because of this. Look at the sheer size and real estate you've got. It's just amazing. This is 45 inches of absolute gaming bliss. This is the best ultra-wide gaming monitor I've ever actually had come through WELSHYTECH, and that's a bold statement considering that I've had the Avenia OLED and I've had more OLEDs as well from like AOC. Now this is the best one by far. Now I'm not overly fond of the interface. I don't like interfaces. I would prefer software. But as you can see, look, you can put anything anywhere. The overall size is so big you could have anything open. You can have 2 tabs open at the same time on Google, then you can have YouTube one side, you can have your spreadsheets. This is where this will be good for doing internet browsing. You could do gaming, you can do content creation, you can also use content. And there it is. Unfortunately, this monitor does have a turn off function after, I believe it's 16 hours of continuous use, even though I haven't been on this for 16 hours. It will just automatically turn off within so many times, and once that light stops blinking, then it does a full OLED refresh. But that's one of the problems with having an OLED. They do suffer with burn-in, but that's a good feature. It only happens once you've used the monitor for 16 hours. But I haven't, so I don't know what that is. But yeah, content creation, fantastic. Okay, this is the interface for the 45-inch game monitor from AOC. Now, it does have game mode, does have actually different types of settings. It has FPS, it has RTS, Racing, Gamer 1, 2, and 3. What it really does is adjusts the brightness as well as the contrast. Then, obviously, it's that. Then it's got shadow control, it's got shadow boost, it's got game color, it's got a sniper scope, yes, for actual gaming, for FPS type gaming like with CSGO you can use it. It's got also AMD FreeSync as well as G-Sync. It does have low input lag, it does have a frame counter included within the menu. Now Lumiance, this by here is where you control all the brightness, the contrast, the uniform brightness, the eco mode, the gamma, as well as HDR. This is HDR10. And then of course you've got PIP settings. This is where you would take off a bit of the screen, where you could do mirroring. Then you've got color setup, which does have low blue mode. That's just to help your eyes, because after so many hours on a monitor, it does tend to make your eyes strain. Then you've got color temp, you've got color gambit, DCB mode, DCB demo. And then you've got the audio. It does have onboard audio. It's not the best, but That's one of them things. It does have light FX. That means you can actually control the light at the back. And then it does have extras. This just shows you the overall input selection, USBs. It does have a lot of USB, and I will tell you that. USB selection, you can select them. USB Type-C, it does have that. That's for charging. LEE, then it's got pixel orbiting. Then it's got auto warning. That's for refresh. That is for the pixel refresh, because OLED is known to burn in, which means that the screen starts to burn and and stuff like that. That's what that is for. It's just to help the screen from having burn-in, which, trust me, after 16 hours of use, it will automatically go off, but all you do is wait for the overall indicator LED at the bottom of the monitor to stop flashing, and then you can go back to doing that. It's got OSD setup as well, and that's pretty much for the overall interface. Okay then, so look, you saw the overall video. Now, what do you really think? Now, the unboxing part of it, I honestly could not fit the box inside the entire of the frame. So, you only got nitpicks. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that this monitor is £800 on Amazon. £800 for 45 inches of OLED gaming. 0.3 millisecond response, 240 Hz, 3440 by 1440p resolution. It is the best OLED gaming monitor I have actually checked out on the channel, and I've checked out quite a few from AOC as well as Philips, but so far this is the best one that I've actually checked out. Now, it does have HDR10 support. Now, what I would tell you is the overall HDR. I'm not the biggest fan of HDR, so I can't really comment on that because I don't really know what's good or what's not, because I don't actually use HDR. But what I will tell you, the speakers on board, they're definitely okay to use for day-to-day use. The gaming on this, well, look, it's an 800R curve. You know, it's a big monitor. It just barely fits on my desk, and all I'm going to tell you is that this is the best one I've had so far. And I will tell you that I will leave a link down below. And I would like to say a massive thank you to AOC again, because I think for the money, or for what feature set you get, I honestly think it's brilliant. Now, if I had £800, I would buy this instantly, because I honestly love this monitor. It's got every feature I'd want in a gaming monitor, and I honestly think you guys would not be disappointed with it. Maybe the only thing that I don't like is the overall refresh rate, like refresh display thing, which is a common problem with OLED. Of course, OLED does suffer with burn through. I haven't experienced it myself, but there is a refresh part on this monitor that will automatically refresh the monitor. Once the light, it'll go black the screen, and once this light by here stops flashing, then it's refreshed, and then you can go back to using it. That's the only nitpick I'll say. Other than that, the rest of the monitor, I've had zero problems with it. I think it's fantastic. I think the price point is there, considering that Philips did release a 34-inch ultra-wide, but at that moment, that monitor was over £1,000. I think for the money, this is the best OLED monitor for £800. Whether you agree with me, that's completely up to you. But that's one of them things, you take my opinion with a grain of salt. But other than that, don't forget to subscribe, because I've got stuff here from Thermalright. I've got stuff coming from Thermal Grizzly. I've got the NAS to do. I've got more monitors on the way. I've got more products here that I need to review. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And this is Richard from WELSHYTECH. I hope you guys have a fantastic week and weekend ahead of you. Goodbye.